Uh-oh. Look at this guy. If you guys have never watched Jack's Kitchen or whatever, who cares? You're in for a friggin' treat today, my dudes. This is going to be interesting. Look at these graphics. Hot damn. Killing the game.
I want to start teaching you guys some tips and tricks. Okay?
I'm going to tell you guys this now. He can't teach you anything. Let's.
Whether
This
it's
guy.
boiling or whether it's butterflying or whether it's just things that you see on cooking shows that you're like, what are they talking about? Steak. Okay.
All right, he's going to teach us how to take a garbage steak and make it awesome.
Amazing. Falls apart. I mean, you could probably pull it apart with your fingers instead of a knife and a fork. So we're going to show you this. It's really cool. My brother called me one day. Goes,
Oh, it's Mrs. Ratlock.
Link. Check this out online.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate that.
Of tenderizing your meat before you cook it, and it only takes about between 1 to 2 hours, depending how thick your meat is. Could be as little as 15 minutes.
I'm excited.
So let's show you how. I went to the store.
Let's see. I've watched a few of this guy's videos.
Piece of garbage they had on sale.
Piece of garbage.
So
Look, he's so happy.
It was $1.99 a pound. That's all I could
He's
find.
so happy.
If it was 99 cents a pound, I would have brought that home. But it's called, what is it? Select Beef Cross Rib Roast. I don't know what that is. I know there's no bones in it. Anyway, let me show you how to do this.
First off, let's talk about what this. It's not called Select. Select is the grade, right? As you know, there's 3 major grades, right? There's Select, there's Choice, there's Prime. Then anything below Select is rough, right? You're not getting a very high quality there. So when he says it's Select, it is not called Select. The grade is Select. So select meat, obviously isn't going to always be the highest grade meat, but it still should be okay if you know what you're doing, right? I know it looks like the kitchen is fake, right? But I don't think it is.
We're going to do a side-by-side comparison.
Oh, also, and he said he doesn't know what he got. Let me hear again. Let's see what he got here.
And I bought the cheapest piece of garbage they had on sale. So cheap.
He's so happy.
It was $1.99 a pound. That's all I could find. If it was 99 cents a pound, I would have brought that home. But it's called, what is it? Select Beef Cross Rib Roast. I don't know what that is.
All right, so again, if you're going to be doing educational cooking and stuff, you should probably at least know what it is you're cooking. So the cross beef rib roast is actually part of the chuck roast. It's the shoulder part of the chuck roast, right? So when he says that it's completely crappy meat, he's wrong. It's really not a bad cut of meat. You can do a lot of stuff with the chuck roast, and this is pretty similar to a chuck roast. Like, honestly, a chuck roast is one of the most versatile cuts of meat you can do if you do it right.
I know there's no bones in it. Anyway, let me show you how to do this. We're going to do a side-by-side
You can get it with a bone
comparison.
in it, but that's dumb.
I had the butcher take a thick piece and slice it
Thick
right
boy.
in the middle. So we have 2 pieces of the same steak. All right? So there's no question about this test. If one comes out more tender than the other, they're from the same steak. Okay? All
It's
right,
not
so
a steak, it's a roast.
All right. 2 clean pans.
I guess you could
Open
cut
up
it
these
into
steaks,
steak.
Put 1 in each. Don't forget to wash your hands. If you haven't washed your hands, now's a good time to go wash your hands, all right? Okay, once again, I took 1 piece of meat and I had the butcher slice it right down the middle, okay? So that it would be the same cut of meat.
Wow, we have a ton of people.
Beautiful.
Wow, dude, thank you very much.
I love beef.
I appreciate everybody who came out.
It just looks good. There's so many things you can do with it. You can cook it a million different ways. This is not a good cut of beef, okay? I'm just telling you that right now.
I beg to differ.
Okay.
I mean, it's not anything super fancy, but it's got good marbling. It's got some good fat veins.
Or kosher salt, and that's a very
could be
coarse
worse.
salt. And we're going to take that. We're going to cover.
I've gotten
one of
choice
them
cuts that are worse than this.
with
to be
sea
honest
salt.
with
All right, so let's
you.
do that right now. Okay, so we're going to do this.
All right. So he doesn't.
Now the rule is this.
He doesn't know
how thick your steak is.
what he's talking.
It's about 1.5 inches.
Okay, hold on.
So you're
So
going to have to leave
let's
this
pause
on
this for a second here.
an inch.
Let's talk about this. So what he's doing here is, I know he's not worried about cross contamination, but wash your hands. So what he's doing here is called a dry brine. This is not like some. It's not some magical new thing. It's just a dry brine, right? You cake it in salt. You can add other spices, but salt is going to be your premium thing here. So it looks to me like what he's doing straight out of the gate is a dry brine. So he says here that you should do an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. Is that what he said? Hour and 30 minutes maybe. But again, that's really the longer you dry brine, up to like 48 hours, the better quality experience you're going to get, right? So do not be afraid to wrap that bad boy up, throw it in your refrigerator for 2 days, and then take it out, because I guarantee if you dry brine this meat for 2 days, you're going to get excellent penetration. It's going to be delicious.
Is an hour. So 1.5 inches would be an hour and a half. Once again, every inch.
So hour
is
and a half. Okay.
I don't know why this works. I'm sure some of you do, and you can write me.
I mean, it's science, dude. Salt leads moisture, right?
It's going to pull the moisture out of this meat, and it's also going to do something to the protein molecules. It's going to break them down.
No, that's incorrect. It's not going to break down the protein molecules.
It's pretty tough.
It's just going to get it's just going to penetrate the meat. Okay, it's going to pull some of the moisture out of the fat, which is going to break down some of the fat in between the meat.
It does something to the protein molecules.
The meat fibers.
I don't know the science to it. I just know it works, and I'm just going to show you guys right now. So we're going to let this set for. Let's break out my measuring tape.
Can I get a couple sciences in the chat? Yo, dude, think about this. He said wash your hands before you touch the meat, but where has that tape measure been?
So we're going to do an hour and 15 minutes, okay?
Oh, yeah,
I'll be back in an hour and 15 minutes to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Notice there's no moisture or water in there, just the salt.
You notice he's not putting it in the refrigerator either, guys. So here, do not leave a piece of meat that size out for an hour and 15 minutes. Now, it's not going to go bad in an hour and 15 minutes.
Right after this message.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how you doing? Jack Scalfani here.
What happened to that meatloaf?
They're called the best sauces you'll ever taste.
For the love of God.
Right. It's called the best barbecue sauce you'll ever taste. Here's the best hot barbecue sauce you'll ever taste.
He went straight to it with this marketing.
And the best gourmet seasoning you'll ever taste.
The best
All of them come with a money-back
seasoning.
guarantee. And if you live in the United States of America, I give you free shipping.
Whew.
I'm pleased to announce.
This guy, how old is this video?
This
guy's a lunatic doing free shipping.
I have now
you know how expensive free shipping is?
Canadian orders. I don't do free shipping, but now Canadians can order the sauces too.
What is that? Is that a chicken wing?
BestSauces.com.
Yo, what's up, Costa?
And now back to
Thanks
the
for
Cooking with
watching.
Jack show.
It's been an hour and 15 minutes, and you can see that.
I appreciate you coming in, man.
Has really become
Costa's
moist.
from Food Beast, man. Check them out on Instagram and stuff too. If you're not familiar with Food Beast, they always post all kinds of cool stuff, man.
If you turn this, you can see like the salt.
Thanks, man.
Down in there.
I'm working on it.
And you can see where the water is coming out.
We can't see anything because it's not on the screen. Okay, so you can see here when you're looking at this meat over here on the right that was dry brined. It's my right, at least. I'm assuming it's your right too. It's darker because the salt has penetrated deeper inside of there. And those fibers, you're just seeing the fibers come apart because the fat is out. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be more tender, right? If you don't,
not quite as firm.
If you don't cook it right, it's not going to really make a difference. In fact, if you don't cook it correctly, I would almost argue that you stand a chance of making it less tender because you have less fat fibers in between.
Season both of these is however you want. I'm going to season them up.
See, I would personally, if I was going to dry brine, I would consider injecting it. So you don't want to keep the salt on there because it's going to be way too much salt. He did make a huge mistake here. Hold on. Let's pause this. A huge mistake. When you dry brine something and you rinse off the seasoning, the salt and stuff, you need to make sure that you pad the outside dry. Now, you can tell by looking at these. If you look at the one that he dry brined on the right here, it's a different color. And it's that different color because there's so much moisture on the surface that it doesn't take the char the same. It takes more heat and more time to get that outer shell created, that outer crust. Yeah. So that's the mistake that he made here. That's why it's a different color. Honestly, it's just a rookie mistake. But if you're gonna do a video about dry brining, you should know what it's called, and you should know you need to pat it dry. It is what it is. It's the same as like if you brine a turkey. When you take the turkey out, you should pad the skin dry because you don't want all that moisture sitting on top of the skin.
Send?
That's because the
And
fat's
I
reducing,
see it.
right? It didn't happen on the
curled
other
up
one
and
because he
it
already
kind of
dry brined it and broke down those
looked like it
fats. So
cooked,
when your
overcooked,
meat
or got well
kind of
done.
rolls over like
But look at
that,
this
it's
one
just
right
the meat.
here.
It's just the fat
This
rendering
one's
and pulling
interesting,
tighter on those
'cause
fibers.
This still, I like my steak rare. This looks rare, and this looks well done. They look completely different.
No, they don't.
Look like
Neither
they were
one of
cooked at
those looks
completely different times.
rare or well done to
So
me.
one more thing I want to do before I want to lift these up and see which one has more juice before we cut into them. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That didn't
this
work
one
out how I
definitely
was
has
hoping it
more
would.
juice than this one.
So obviously the reason
Yeah,
that
but
that
we're
one
gonna
has
cut
more
into these
juice
bad
on it
boys right
is
now.
because there was
Bring
more
over.
fat left for the cook, right?
Okay.
So there's more
This
fat
is the
left
one
to render
seasoned
and
with the
drip
salt.
out.
This is the one not seasoned with the salt. I'm gonna cut right in.
Uh-oh, he's got the steak fork, guys, the meat fork.
Exactly.
That's how you know that
How
he's
they cut.
serious. Right. A temperature gauge would have done. Do not hold your knife like that. Oh my God, Lord Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Nice and rare.
We-
We're gonna see exactly
Look at this, dude.
how they cook.
Every day, dozens of people cut their fingers off with knives holding them wrong. All right, guys, there's videos all over the internet teaching you how to hold a knife.
Nice and rare.
Save yourself.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Also,
Look
that's a
at this
boning
one.
knife.
Same spot.
Do better. Okay, and that's also not rare. It's medium.
Same thing. They're both
Also,
beautiful.
that is medium.
Let's take a look now and see. Let's see if one's more tender than the other.
I thought those were paper plates, but they're definitely
Rip this-
glass.
Tear this meat open with my fingers.
Okay. I've never seen anybody test the tenderness of a steak this way,
Pretty
but
easy. A little nervy.
okay.
I lied. That was a little tougher than I thought.
The reason it was tough
But,
is because he
you can
pulled
do
through
it.
that big ass
Now,
fat
we're
vein
gonna
right there.
do
Did
this.
you see that?
Same spot.
Yeah. Okay.
That
He did
goes
not pull
right
through the fat vein there.
Wow.
So
That was
again,
beautiful. That was a lot easier.
well, that's
now,
what you.
I think if you left the
you can't
salt
pull
on a
through
little bit
fat, my
longer,
dude.
you would even have a better
Yeah.
tenderizing procedure. All right, so here's the deal.
Nervy.
I'm gonna take a piece of meat here. Wow, I know what I'm having for dinner.
Yeah. I bet you do. You
Here's
just
one piece
cooked it.
there.
What do you mean?
Same size here.
It's a
Let's
mystery
try this
box.
right now. We let the meat set. It should be perfect. This is the untreated.
Why did he do that? Okay, he's chewing.
Good seasoning. Wow, lots of pepper.
He over peppered himself.
I love
He,
black
he left it in. That's hilarious. I love
It's
that.
really got a lot of flavor, but it immediately peppers up. Almost all the juice is out of it. And
No, it's
now
not,
becoming
dude. Get out of here. We saw it. It
Barbecue.
literally was so juicy, dude. Get out of here. You cooked
the
it well.
treated
I
one.
mean, you cooked it okay, dude. Why hate on it?
Mmm.
He's full.
This is more like a New York steak.
What is a New York steak, dude?
Right here. Mm.
A New York strip?
It's breaking up real easy. It definitely makes a difference.
Look, he's still
I've done
chewing
this
it.
before, but I had to share it with you guys. Mm.
He's still chewing it, guys.
I'm gonna give it a lay one.
He's just
I'm
trying
gonna
to
sit
sell
down
it,
with these
guys.
steaks, and
So-
we're gonna have a conversation going.
Here's
You
the
guys,
thing.
Try it out.
I
Write
make
me,
mistakes
send
all
me
the time
pictures. Tell
when
me
I'm cooking
not
stuff.
lying.
Oh god, my mouse is everywhere. So here's the thing, guys. I make mistakes all the time when I'm cooking stuff, and I just leave it in the video because it happens. It's just part of how it is, right? So, but yeah. So I think that all the criticisms were pretty fair. That being said,